If you live your later years relying solely on fixed monthly Social Security payouts and limited retirement savings that you built up through decades of steady labor and tax contributions, there is one incoming phone call that can wipe out your entire bank balance. It can lock your official benefit account under false administrative flags, steal your full personal identity for years of ongoing financial abuse, and push you into crippling debt that strips away all the financial independence you worked your whole life to secure. That dangerous threat is the widespread Social Security impersonation phone scam designed exclusively to trick seniors out of their hard-earned pension money. What makes this telephone fraud so devastating and so difficult to guard against is the fact that scammers do not act like obvious con artists with loud, suspicious tones. They copy the exact tone and wording and the official manner of genuine Social Security Administration employees. They use technology to spoof caller ID information, so your phone screen displays the authentic SSA national hotline number. And they craft urgent, threatening narratives that trigger immediate fear and panic, leaving you no extra time to pause, think, or cross-check whether the information being relayed is truthful. As a senior financial fraud investigator who has assisted hundreds of elderly victims in filing dispute reports and recovering stolen funds after Social Security phone scam incidents, I can confirm that this specific imposter telephone scheme is the most frequently reported elder financial crime across the United States year after year. Official 2025 data published by the Federal Trade Commission shows Social Security impersonation scams account for more than 1/4 of all elder fraud monetary losses nationwide, with average individual victim losses sitting well above $900 per incident, and many retirees lose five-figure sums of their entire emergency retirement reserve in a single rushed phone transaction. The FBI Internet Crime Complaint Center maintains a dedicated case log for SSA telephone fraud targeting older adults, recording over 270,000 formal scam reports within one calendar year alone. Independent research conducted by AARP clearly states more than 75% of seniors aged 65 and above have received at least one fraudulent phone call falsely claiming affiliation with the Social Security Administration. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has issued repeated public advisories marking these cold calls as a top preventable threat to fixed-income household finances. Unlike obvious door-to-door scams or overly flashy investment fraud pitches you have been warned about for years, these phone scams arrive through a regular incoming call that feels indistinguishable from legitimate government outreach. There is no upfront, obvious red flag to alert you at first glance, and the damage is often irreversible once you follow the caller's instructions to share private data or send payments. To fully protect your benefit checks, bank accounts, and personal identity, you must first break down exactly how these scam operations structure their lies, manipulate your emotions, and extract valuable information step by step. Start with the most common opening hook that nearly every fraudulent Social Security call begins with. The scammer will open the conversation by stating your full legal name and the last four digits of your Social Security number. These are details they have already purchased from leaked public databases or previous data breaches to convince you they have legitimate access to your official SSA file. They will then deliver one of three core fabricated threats to force you into compliance without hesitation. The first and most popular lie is that your Social Security account has been flagged for suspicious illegal activity, linked to fraudulent tax filings or identity theft under your name, and your monthly retirement benefit payments will be permanently frozen or canceled within 24 hours unless you resolve the issue immediately over the phone with the caller. The second frequent narrative claims there is an outstanding unpaid fine, back tax debt, or administrative fee owed to the Social Security Administration that you were never notified about through mailed official correspondence. And failure to submit payment right away will result in a warrant being issued for your arrest by local law enforcement. The third common fake scenario tells you that you qualify for an unclaimed lump sum back payment or boosted monthly benefit increase from the SSA. But you must verify sensitive personal banking details over the line to process the one-time deposit into your checking or savings account. Every single one of these three core premises is entirely fabricated, with no basis in real SSA policy. Yet the urgent time pressure and implied legal consequences push countless seniors to skip verification steps and cooperate fully. The next stage of the scam mechanism is targeted psychological manipulation, built specifically for elderly listeners. Scammers intentionally speak quickly and create a sense of strict deadlines, emphasizing that no follow-up mail will be sent. No official letter will arrive in your mailbox, and no other SSA representative can assist you with this specific case number they assign you during the call. They will interrupt your attempts to hang up or look up contact information, repeat the threat of benefit loss or arrest multiple times, and frame any hesitation to provide information as an admission of guilt related to the supposed account violation. Many retired adults who live alone with no immediate family nearby feel isolated during these high-pressure calls, and they give out sensitive data simply out of fear of losing their only steady source of monthly income. After establishing fear-based control over the conversation, the scammer will begin extracting layers of private information that unlock your entire financial life. First, they will request your full 9-digit Social Security number to confirm account ownership, even though they already hold partial data from stolen records. Next, they ask for your bank account routing number and checking account number to either process the required fine payment or deposit the extra benefit funds directly. Once they possess these banking credentials, they can initiate unauthorized withdrawals, automatic recurring charges, and wire transfers that drain your account before you notice any suspicious activity. In many more aggressive variants of the scam, the caller refuses to accept standard bank transfer payments. Instead, they insist you purchase prepaid gift cards from major retail stores, read out the card serial numbers, and PIN codes over the phone. SSA never accepts gift card payments of any kind for fees, debts, or administrative corrections. This payment method is exclusively used by fraud rings because gift card transactions cannot be traced, reversed, or refunded by banks or financial institutions. That eliminates almost all chances of recovering stolen money after the fact. Some advanced scam operations even attempt to guide you through downloading remote access software onto your home computer or smartphone during the call. They claim the program is required to pull up your official SSA document digitally. Once you install this application, the scammers gain full control over your device. They are able to view saved passwords, tax documents, stored banking logins, and personal files for ongoing identity exploitation long after the initial phone call ends. It is critical to draw a clear line between genuine Social Security Administration communication and these fraudulent outreach attempts. The official Social Security Administration will never initiate an unsolicited outbound phone call to demand immediate payment over the telephone. It will never threaten arrest or legal warrants to collect unpaid fees. It will never pressure you to share full bank account numbers over an unconfirmed cold call. It will never require payment via gift cards, cryptocurrency, wire transfer, or peer-to-peer cash apps. And it will never rush you to make irreversible financial choices within minutes, with no option to receive written mailed notification of any account problem. Legitimate SSA correspondence regarding your earnings record, benefit eligibility, or required documentation always arrives first through physical mail sent to your registered residential address. Any follow-up phone contact from real agency staff only occurs if you have previously submitted a formal request, opened a support ticket, or scheduled a phone appointment yourself through the verified My Social Security online portal. We now identify the specific groups of seniors who face the highest likelihood of being targeted and deceived by these Social Security phone scams. First are retired adults who live independently with no regular family visitors or trusted third party to double-check unfamiliar phone requests. These individuals lack a second opinion to pause the scam process before personal data is compromised. Second are seniors who rely completely on Social Security monthly checks to cover housing, medication, groceries, and utility bills with no secondary income streams. The threat of having benefit payments cut off creates overwhelming anxiety that scammers exploit effortlessly. Third are older adults with mild cognitive fatigue or hearing difficulties during phone conversations who struggle to parse confusing, fast-paced scripts and are more likely to comply to end the stressful call quickly. Fourth are seniors who have previously submitted personal information to unsecure online forms, third-party benefit lookup websites, or questionable survey pages. Their contact and identifying details are sold to scam call centers repeatedly, leading to a high volume of fraudulent outreach. Fifth are retirees who have recently experienced a name change, spousal loss, address relocation, or update to their SSA account. Scammers target people undergoing official record changes, knowing they are more likely to believe there is pending administrative paperwork requiring immediate action. To make the tangible harm of these scams fully clear, we reference a verified elder fraud case stored within CFPB Consumer Complaint Archives. This case involves a 73-year-old widow whose only income source was her survivor Social Security benefit left by her late spouse. A spoofed phone call arrived claiming her benefit file had been flagged for identity fraud and would be terminated within the day unless she provided her checking account information to clear the supposed alert. Overwhelmed by the thought of losing her ability to pay rent and prescription drug costs, she read out her routing and account numbers directly over the call, without hanging up to verify the number on SSA.gov. Within 3 business days, 2 unauthorized electronic withdrawals totaling $1,840 were pulled from her primary checking account, nearly emptying the emergency savings she had set aside for medical emergencies. When she contacted the official Social Security hotline, she was informed no such account flag existed and the call had been entirely fraudulent. Her bank could only reverse a small portion of the stolen funds due to the transaction being classified as authorized verbal disclosure. She was forced to cut back on necessary medication refills and household essentials for months to rebuild her depleted account balance. Even after filing a formal identity theft affidavit and placing a credit freeze on her personal credit reports, the stress and financial hardship stemming from that single unconfirmed phone call lasted more than a full year. This is not an isolated incident. FTC annual fraud reports document tens of thousands of nearly identical victim cases every 12 months. And in the majority of these situations, the loss cannot be fully reimbursed or reversed due to the nature of voluntary information disclosure over the phone. Moving past understanding how the scam operates and the real-world damage it inflicts, we break down step by step the immediate actions you must take the second you receive any suspicious phone call claiming to represent the Social Security Administration. The very first non-negotiable rule is to hang up the phone immediately, without providing any name confirmation, partial Social Security digits, banking information, or payment details of any kind. Do not attempt to argue with the caller. Do not ask follow-up questions that confirm your personal background details. Simply end the call completely to break the scammer's ability to continue manipulating the conversation. Second, never use any phone number the incoming caller provides you to call back for verification purposes. All contact numbers given during the fraudulent call are secondary spoofed lines controlled by the same fraud operation. Look up the official SSA contact information manually through the secure ssa.gov website, typed directly into your browser address bar, rather than clicking links from text messages or emails. Third, if you are concerned there may genuinely be an issue with your Social Security benefit status or earnings record, log into your personal Verified My Social Security account on the official government site to review all alerts, notifications, and account flags directly from the internal dashboard. This portal is the only authoritative source for updates to your SSA file. Fourth, if you wish to speak to a live official representative, dial the publicly listed National SSA hotline printed on government-mailed correspondence and Medicare paperwork only during standard business operating hours. Fifth, if you accidentally shared your Social Security number or banking information with a fraudulent caller, place an immediate fraud alert and full credit freeze with all 3 major national credit bureaus. This helps block unauthorized loans, credit cards, and lines of credit from being opened under your identity. Sixth, file a formal scam complaint directly on the FTC Report Fraud official webpage and submit a detailed incident report to the FBI IC3 database to document the fraudulent outreach for federal anti-fraud tracking. Seventh, contact your banking institution right away to review recent account activity, lock your debit card temporarily, and set up transaction alerts for all future withdrawals and transfers to catch unauthorized movement of funds early. Eighth, add your phone number to the National Do Not Call Registry to reduce the volume of unsolicited scam cold calls reaching your landline and mobile device over time. Beyond these emergency response steps, you can establish permanent daily habits to lower your overall risk of being targeted by SSA phone imposters long term. Store your 9-digit Social Security card in a locked secure drawer or safe rather than carrying it in a purse or wallet to avoid physical theft of your core identifying number. Never input your Social Security number on unfamiliar websites, pop-up windows, or text message link landing pages that you did not navigate to manually via the official SSA domain. Avoid posting details about your retirement benefits, pension income, or SSA account status on social media platforms, where data scrapers can collect your information for scam distribution lists. Shred all unneeded mail that displays partial Social Security numbers, bank account statements, and benefit letters before discarding the paperwork to prevent dumpster diving information harvesting. It is essential to reinforce the core truth that your Social Security benefits are a protected federal entitlement you earned through mandatory payroll tax contributions across your entire working career. No outside caller has the authority to unilaterally cancel, suspend, or penalize that benefit without formal mailed documentation and a verifiable case ID you can cross-reference through official government channels. Fear-driven demands delivered over an unsolicited phone line are never legitimate administrative procedure from the Social Security Administration. Every time you pause to verify instead of complying under pressure, you eliminate the scammer's only tool to take advantage of your retirement security. Do not allow a single unexpected telephone call to erase the financial stability you have spent decades building for your retirement years. If you have ever received a suspicious phone call pretending to be Social Security staff, or have nearly fallen victim to this type of imposter scam, leave your current age and a brief description of the interaction in the comment section below. This can warn other fellow retirees who may encounter identical fraudulent outreach. Subscribe to this channel and enable all notification alerts to receive consistent plain language guidance on elder fraud prevention, Social Security benefit protection, Medicare billing safety, and retirement asset defense strategies. These guides are designed exclusively to shield fixed-income seniors from all varieties of financial exploitation and identity theft schemes that target vulnerable retired households.